My parents sold my dog while I was at camp because he was too much work, so I sold their vintage car. I came home from a 2-week summer camp excited to see my golden retriever Buster. I whistled as soon as I walked through the door. He didn't come. I whistled again. Nothing. My mom was sitting on the couch scrolling through her phone. She didn't even look up. Oh, we sold him. He was too much work. I stood frozen. What? The dog. We sold him on Craigslist. Some guy paid $50. Good riddance. My heart shattered. Buster had been my best friend for 6 years. He slept at the foot of my bed every night. He was there when I cried after my grandmother died. He was there when I had no friends at school. And they sold him to a stranger for $50 because buying dog food was inconvenient. I walked to the garage in a daze. There it sat, my dad's prized possession, a 1967 vintage Mustang, cherry red, pristine condition, worth $60,000. He spent every weekend polishing it. He yelled at me once for leaving fingerprints on the hood. He treated that car better than he ever treated me, better than he treated Buster. My parents left that Friday for a weekend getaway, celebrating finally having a clean house, my mom said with a smile. They didn't even notice I wasn't speaking to them. The moment their car disappeared down the street, I went to the garage. I found the spare keys in my dad's desk drawer. I sat in the Mustang and took a photo. I listed it online with one caption: first person to show up with $50 gets it. Title ready. My phone exploded within minutes. A guy named Terrence arrived in 10 minutes. He stared at the car with his mouth open. This is a joke, right? $60,000 car for $50? It's too much work, I said. Do you want it or not? He handed me the cash so fast I thought he might pass out. I had practiced my dad's signature for 2 hours. I signed the title. Terrence drove away in my dad's dream. I called an Uber with a $50. I had spent the previous night tracking down the Craigslist buyer who purchased Buster. He had dumped my dog at a shelter 3 days after buying him, said Buster was too energetic. I walked into that shelter and found Buster in a kennel. He saw me and went absolutely crazy, tail wagging, crying, jumping against the cage door. I'm here, buddy, I'm here. I adopted him back. The shelter fee was $42. I had $8 left, enough for a bus ride to my aunt's house. She had always said I could stay with her if things got bad. Things were about to get very bad. My parents came home Sunday evening. I was sitting on the front porch with Buster beside me. My dad walked toward the garage with a smile. He opened the door. Silence, then a scream. Where is my car? He came running out, face purple with rage. Where is the Mustang? I scratched Buster behind the ears. Oh, I sold it. It was too much work. My dad's face went white. You what? Some guy on the internet paid $50 for it. Good riddance. My mom started screaming. You can't do that. That's theft. Funny. You didn't call it theft when you sold my dog without asking me. My dad lunged toward me. I stood up. The title's already transferred. The car is gone. Just like Buster was supposed to be gone. I picked up my backpack. I'm moving to Aunt Lorraine's. She actually wanted me to keep the dog. Buster trotted beside me as I walked down the driveway. My dad was on his knees in the empty garage. My mom was crying on the phone trying to call the police. Good luck explaining to the cops that your minor child sold your car because you sold his dog. I didn't look back. Buster and I got on the bus. He put his head in my lap the whole ride. My aunt was waiting at the station with open arms. You did the right thing, she said. I'm not sure about that, but I know one thing. They sold my best friend for $50. I sold their dream for the same price. They said Buster was too much work. I made sure their weekend was too. Some people think pets are disposable. I showed them what disposable really feels like.